Well, hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if you are new, welcome to you as well. This is Christine, your DIY craftaholic, so let's get crafting. For DIY number one, I got this sign from the Dollar Tree, and boy, this is beautiful as is. You almost don't want to do anything to this, but I'm just gonna jazz this up a little bit. So I took a pencil and I'm tracing out the letters. And these letters are made from cardboard and you can easily just lift them. So I took the scraper tool. I'm going to lift them off. And I lift those off and I'm going to set those aside because I can use them on another project. I took the paint pen, the black paint pen, and I'm just going to paint in the letters. And that's why I traced them, because I wanted to do just that. And now that I've painted them all in, I remove the ribbon at the top and the string. I add this sunflower stashed away somewhere. So what I'm doing, I'm just using the heat gun to just straighten out the leaves because they were all over the place. And then I took it outside, sprayed it with some Mod Podge sealant. And since we're doing fall, and for the top part, I'm going to use that ribbon right there. And I'm just burning off the fuzzies from the string. I am also going to be reusing that. And this bow with the beads I got from another project that I did recently and I saved it. I'm also going to use that. So I replace the string and then I'm going to put the ribbon over that. I got this ribbon from Dollar Tree. Yes, this came from Dollar Tree. And guys, a lot of these things, except for the sign, I purchased that a few weeks ago, but a lot of the things that I'm using, I had them in my stash. And if you're hopping over to my channel for the first time, thank you so much. I am so happy that you decided to join me here today. If you're liking this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. I am not painting out that wreath there because of course I'm going to be doing that at another time, but for now I am just going to glue this down. Because I wanted the sunflower to lay flat on the surface, I cut a piece of foam out and then glued the sunflower on top of that and then glued it on the board, and this is what we have so far. But I wanted to go a little bit further, and so I took these leaves, maple leaves that I had in my stash as well, and I'm just using the heat gun to straighten out the leaves. And then I separated them. I kind of laid them down first just to make sure they were all placed evenly, and then just glue them under the sunflower. And this is done, guys. Let me know what you think about this quick and easy fall sign. And of course, the top part, you can change that back to the buffalo check ribbon. This is the Signs of Fall Challenge, which is hosted by Amanda from Six Kids and a Glue Gun, Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY, and Chantal from Crafty Hints. I will leave their links to their channels in the description box below, as well as the playlist. Make sure to check them out when you get done watching my video. Now we're jumping into DIY number 2. This is also another Dollar Tree sign, but I had this from Valentine's, and all I did with it for that DIY, I link that video at the top here. I just painted the borders and added a bow to that, and that was it for that DIY. But now I'm going to be reusing the sign, which is why I didn't do much to it at that time. So I'm removing the paper, and then of course, because it was proving a bit challenging, I sprayed it with some water, covered it with some paper towel, and sat it aside to soak. And once it's soaked enough, I took the scraper tool, and here I'm just removing the paper. Some parts came off easy, some parts were a bit more challenging, but I got it all off nevertheless. And then I sanded it down, prep it for painting, and then wiped it off with a damp paper towel, and now we are ready to go. So here I go with my Oops paint. And I'm using this because I don't have any chalk paint. So I painted it maybe a coat and a half with that paint. and I didn't like that it looked too creamy, so I went in with some acrylic white paint and just gave that one light coat. I need to get myself some chalk paint. Other than Waverly's chalk paint, which would you recommend? Leave me a comment in the comment section, because I've been in hunt for some good chalk paint, especially white. So now that's all painted. At the back, I took the same brush, just damp it a little bit and went over the back to give it just a misty look. Now these stencils I got from Temu. That one has welcome and this one has a pumpkin with some leaves. I'm going to be stenciling on that. I'm just laying it down, making sure that it was placed even, and then taped it down. Now before you stencil, make sure that you apply a little Mod Podge to the surface, whether it's on the stencil itself or on the surface that you're going to be stenciling on. Just put a little Mod Podge down and that will somehow prevent a little bleeding, not breathing, bleeding. So that is what you saw me doing. I'm just putting down a little Mod Podge so I don't get any bleed, or if I do get bleeds, just a little bit. And then I went in with my black chalk paint, and this one is from Dollar Tree, also made by Plaid. Took my stencil brush and I'm stenciling on the word welcome. And for the pumpkin, I had this mixed paint for months now. Guys, would you believe it, for months? I didn't realize that I still had some left in the bottle, so I'm using it up. And for the leaves, I'm using some Waverly moss. And I took another stencil brush. I'm stenciling on the leaves first. So if you are new to my channel or coming over from the playlist, welcome. I'm so happy you joined me today. Here on my channel, I do DIYs on a budget, dupes, look for less, and some occasional Dollar Tree shopping hauls and thrift flips. If you love budget-friendly DIYs like these and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit that notification bell. Hit it again and select all so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload new videos. Those little pieces in the middle of the pumpkin, they didn't have anything to hold them down, so I had to be very careful right there, because the lines, that's the pieces that separate each space was so close. And then I did the peduncle or the stem with the Waverly Antique. Now this part you can use a brown paint or a brown marker and do the stem. I just used the stencil. And of course, you're not wasting anything here, so whatever paint you have remaining, just scrape that back into your bottle and you're good to go. I'm drying it a little bit before I actually lift the stencil up. I am happy with that one. Let's check the black. Happy with that too. Now it came out so cool. And then where I needed to touch up, I took the paint, the Oops paint, and I'm just going over that just to sharpen the lines a little bit. And now that's all done, I decided that I needed to give the pumpkin a little bit more oomph. This Rub-On Transfer pumpkins I had in my stash, and this is from Dollar Tree. So I selected that green that is the same color as the leaves, stencil that right there, and I selected an orange pumpkin and stenciled it right there, and then just went over everything with some Mod Podge to seal it in. And then to distress the borders a little bit, I took the sponge brush and I'm just dabbing, swipe, dabbing, swipe, and I went around the 4 sides. Distressing is optional, guys. If you don't like distressing, by all means, you don't have to do that part. And then for further embellishment, I'm going around the 2 sides with some jute cord. I glued it on at the back and then wrapped it 3 times, glue down the end, snip that off, and I did that for both sides. And then for the back, I had these beads remaining from another project that I did yesterday. You can watch that video. I'll link that at the end so you can check that one out. It's a napkin video that I did yesterday. And I just glued them at the back, took a piece of brown paper, cover the ends, and this sign is done. I love it. Now for DIY number 3. This is also another project that I did, and I'm now reusing this piece. I had used the back part of it, and as you can see, I had used one of Dollar Tree's calendar page. So after I soaked that off, the print from the calendar was still on. But no worries, I'm gonna cover that. And for this side, I removed the borders, and this was from one of their Shore Living theme. And then I sprayed that down. This is basically the same process to remove the paper. You just soak it, place a napkin over it or your paper towel over it, set it aside to soak properly, and then you can remove the paper. I scrape off the paper, and now I'm ready to do my thing. This is a cover from one of Dollar Tree's calendar. I don't remember which year that was. I took my school glue and tacky glue for the corners, glue that on, and use the brayer to just smooth out any air bubbles. Then just sanded off any excess that was hanging over. Now I'm basically just going to leave this side as is. Now for the other side, took this sheet from their 2023 year, and I'm doing the same thing using the school glue as well as the tacky glue to glue this down. I love this sheet. It says thankful, grateful, and blessed. While I do that, I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for all your support. I truly appreciate it. I am now monetized, so guys, make sure to watch those ads when you're watching the videos. Alright, so here we are with the borders. I painted them with some of the mixed paint that I had, did that off camera, and now I'm gluing them back on. No, with the tacky glue and the hot glue. So I'm now adding some beads. Now these are way too many beads. So what I'm doing, I'm just tying a piece of jute at the end, and I'm gonna be transferring the ones that I don't need onto that jute and leave the ones that I need. And now I have those ready. I'm going to be applying that. So I took the perforating tool and reopened the holes. Slip the jute through the hole, knot it at the end, and then flip that over, tied the ends, and just glue them down a little bit. And that's all gonna be for this side. Like I said, I'm not doing much with this, just as it is. And now you can stop here if you want to, but I decided to take it a little bit further. Now this napkin I used in my project yesterday, I am taking these leaves and I'm going to be decoupaging or adding different layers to this pattern that's already here. I think it needed a little bit more, so that's what I'm doing. It looked a little too sparse. This part is also optional. You don't have to go through all the stress to doing that, because you may not have a napkin with the same colors or whatever. And I thought it turned out so beautiful. You will have to let me know what you think when you see the end result. So all the decoupaging is you just apply, well, you separate your panels, apply some Mod Podge to the napkin, or you can do it to the surface, place the napkin down, and then go back over it with your Mod Podge brush. And that's what I did until I was satisfied as to how many pieces that I needed to add to this. And And then here I just went over with some Mod Podge the borders. I had this bow from another project from last year. I just glue it there, and this project is done. I love it. And now we are here for the final reveal. This is our welcome sign with our pumpkins. This one is wide. And then here we have our home sign. But I love this one too. And here is our thankful, grateful, and blessed sign. Reversible sign. Whichever side you want to use at any day, you can just flip that around. So there you have it, guys. Let me know which one of these was your favorite today. I truly enjoyed participating in this challenge. I want to thank Amanda, Brenda, and Chantel for allowing me to participate. Guys, don't forget to check out their channels and the playlist down below. And if you love budget-friendly content like this one and you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe and enjoy this video right here. And for even more binge watching, I suggest this playlist right here. And stay safe, my friends, until my next one. Bye!